जीवन हमें एक मौका देता है, इसलिए जब भी सही कॉलेज चुनने का समय आए तो सिर्फ मंगलायतन यूनिवर्सिटी आपके बेहतरीन भविष्य और सर्वांगीण विकास के लिए।
A major disruption in India's aviation sector that's left hundreds of passengers stranded and raised serious safety concerns. Since June 12, national carrier Air India has cancelled a staggering 66 flights operated by its Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft. The cancellations come in the wake of the Ahmedabad crash, triggering a chain reaction of operational disruptions, safety checks, and regulatory scrutiny. But what exactly led to this crisis, and what does it mean for Air India's future operations? Let's break it down. On June 12, Air India was operating 90 wide-body international flights. These are the long-haul airline. Out of those 90, 50 were Boeing 787 Dreamliners. But that day, 6 flights were cancelled. 5 of them Dreamliners. A technical glitch followed by a crash has since forced the Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) to step in. The regulator immediately ordered enhanced safety checks on every Dreamliner in Air India's fleet right after the crash. Now let's be clear, cancellations in the aviation sector are not new. Airlines globally face operational and technical hiccups every day, every hour. In fact, data presented in the Parliament shows that Air India has averaged 4 cancellations per day in 2024, mostly due to technical or operational issues. But this spike, especially in the wide-body Dreamliner series, is being directly linked to the June 12 crash, raising red flags within both domestic and international aviation industry. Since the crash, 66 Dreamliner flights have been cancelled out of a total of 83 wide-body cancellations by the airline Air India. And the reasons are twofold. First, regulatory checks are taking much longer than usual. Every Dreamliner is now undergoing hours-long inspections before being cleared for service. Second, airspace closures in certain sectors like Iran have added to the scheduling chaos for the airline. To put it simply, Air India is now operating with a reduced fleet but with the same number of daily commitments across domestic and international routes. And that is forcing tough choices: cancel flights, reroute passengers, or reschedule at last minute. Meanwhile, a high-level investigation is also underway. Teams from the DGCA as well as experts from United States, the United Kingdom, aircraft manufacturer Boeing have all landed in Ahmedabad, the site of the crash, to investigate. Their job? To identify what caused the crash and prevent it from happening ever again. The DGCA also held an emergency meeting with senior officials of Air India and Air India Express this week. Aviation authorities have made it very clear: safety cannot be compromised. Airlines have been directed to prioritize passenger well-being and maintain transparency in all communication at all costs. And for the hundreds of passengers caught in the middle of this turmoil, Air India says it is stepping up. Affected passengers are being offered hotel accommodation, full refunds, or complimentary rescheduling. But is it enough? The airline is also making alternative travel arrangements wherever possible. But the question remains, how long will this go on? Can Air India really afford prolonged grounding of one of its most critical fleets? And more importantly, can passengers afford to lose trust in India's flagship carrier? These are the concerns weighing heavy on the aviation industry right now, and especially Air India.